If you're going to remember one thing from this podcast, remember this: early communication keeps everyone aligned and it prevents panic.
Welcome to the holiday special of Inside the Mesh. My name is Diego Ramirez, and today we have a very special guest, Rahul Chankria, the pre-sales engineer at Bell Cyber. Rahul, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Diego.
Rahul, let's set the stage. From a threat perspective, what fundamentally changes during the holiday season?
So, what changes isn't the sophistication of the attacks, it's the operating conditions around it. So, during the holidays, a lot of staff is gone. A lot of people are wearing different hats. They're applying themselves into multiple roles. There's a lot of change freezes that are going on from a client perspective and from a provider perspective as well. So a lot of remediation steps and processes cannot be accomplished. And a lot of escalation paths are also not being followed because, like I said, the clients are also on vacation. So it's a lot of stuff that is not regular, that is not seen throughout the rest of the year, and a lot of attackers take advantage of that.
I absolutely agree with you. Even when the alerts fire, there is some sort of hesitation regarding the escalation protocols because, people sometimes don't want to wake up anyone at night in the middle of the holiday season, or some of our clients are not as available as when they are from Monday to Friday on a regular business week.
Absolutely.
Rahul, what attack types consistently spike during the holiday season?
There's a few ones that I can go over. The first one that I would say are phishing and business email compromises. Phishing is one of the largest threat vectors that we have. I'd say about 70% of all successful attacks come in through some form of phishing, and that's exploited more also, towards the end of the year, towards the holiday season. Staff is minimal. They're expecting a lot of invoices, fiscal years end. There's a lot of shipping notices and other kind of stuff that you would expect only at this time of year, and attackers leverage that to their advantage. Second, credential harvesting and MFAs. So there's not a lot of oversight. Like I said before, there's staff shortages. A lot of people are on vacation, and a lot of attackers, which ties into my third point, a lot of attackers leverage ransomware tactics where they map the environment and then wait until the perfect time where there's less oversight to completely take over our systems.
Correct. And what makes these dangerous is how normal these attacks look like on a regular basis, right? So it's very difficult to catch certain behaviors and certain activities sometimes for security analysts with many years of experience in order to report an attack successfully at this time of the year. Rahul, if an organization has limited resources before the holidays, what are the most impactful actions that they should be taking?
There's a couple of things that I would say, are extremely essential to this. First is identity security. You got to enforce MFA, make sure your policies are set, make sure they're configured properly so that no one gains any kind of unauthorized access. Second, email security. You got to make sure DMARC is configured correctly. If you are using an email security gateway, make sure all the rules and policies are applied. So third, we also got to make sure that our backups work. Not only that they exist, but that the restoring capability is also functional. A lot of the times people assume that the backups are there, that we can restore from at any time, but restoral is at the utmost importance, and we got to make sure that that's a priority. Number four, we got to make sure our endpoint protection tool, whatever we're using, whether it's enterprise grade or maybe small business grade, we got to make sure all the policies there are configured. We got to make sure the prevention policies, the rules are enabled. We got to make sure that the hosts are properly configured, managed, and installed. As since there will be less oversight, we want to rely more on the tools to protect our solutions.
Correct. And I believe that in addition to these actions, we should be testing pretty much each one of those solutions and each one of those strategies to make sure that our tools are going to function properly by the end of the year.
Absolutely. I think that one of the biggest problems in security is assumptions. You can't just assume things. You have to test it, validate it, and make sure it works in production.
Rahul, when we talk about protecting assets, what should organizations prioritize?
I would say not all assets carry equal risk. Identity to me is the crown jewel. Once credentials are compromised, attackers often don't feel the need to exploit anything else. After identity, after credentials, email and endpoint are the biggest next gateways. And then we go on and check if your backups are recoverable or are they catastrophic, right? Like I said before, we never need to make any kind of assumptions. We got to make sure that we validate, test everything in production that we're able to recover from such a threat. One of the biggest things about disaster recovery is containing the blast radius, and that helps in remediation in post incident recovery.
And obviously, you used to be a cyber intelligence analyst at some point of your career. Did that align with what you used to investigate during this time of the year?
Completely. Every single year, we validated. Every single year, we tested, and if there were any gaps there, we were able to fix them right away.
Obviously, organizations need to be ready for this time of the year. But from your point of view, what makes a strong on-call holiday plan?
A strong plan removes any kind of ambiguity. It contains proper severities, proper escalation contacts, proper communication channels and patterns. It also outlines all the pre approved actions that one needs to take without any kind of intervention or without any kind of approval. The goal is to empower people to action without any kind of weight, without, like I said, any kind of approval. So we got to make sure that all the escalation paths are consistent, they're proper, and they're actionable.
Correct. So we agree. Uh, we agree to the fact that having a proper incident response plan in place is a critical and highly important topic if we want to respond to the threats immediately, right?
Absolutely, can't go without it.
Rahul, if an incident starts on December 24th, what do you think organizations and cybersecurity teams should focus on?
The first 30 minutes should be focused on containment and clarity. Isolate the affected systems, make sure the user's credentials are reset. We got to make sure the logs are preserved, and we got to make sure that the communication channels are defined early. Speed of containment is what limits damage.
And finally, Rahul, from your perspective, what would be your one piece of advice for security teams and organizations out there to basically be successful implementing defensive security strategies at this time of the year?
If you're going to remember one thing from this podcast, remember this: early communication keeps everyone aligned and it prevents panic.
Thank you so much, Rahul, for being part of the show.
Thank you, Diego. It's been a pleasure and happy holidays.
Thank you.